I can't think of a more compliment than she's a whole revolution.
Yeah.
That's way better than being funny.
You're a revolution.
I'm a revolution.
You're a movement, mother. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Poter.
And I'm KarenLee Poter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
Strap on,
and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Poter.
and I'm KarenLee Poter.
My wonderful mother.
And my wonderful traveling hobbit son.
I am ready for my next adventure as the young Frodo.
You are a little Bilbo-like.
I'm going off to Paris in approximately 3 weeks from when this airs.
And what are you going to be doing there for all our sneaky freak listeners?
I'm going to clown school, mother.
You already go to clown school.
I'm going to the clown god, as my teacher put it this week.
Well, are you ready for the clown god? Are you a little nervous?
I'm a little nervous. So for you sneaky freaks, there's one guy in the world who is known as the best clown. And he is the best clown teacher.
Who makes that determination? I mean, Cirque du Soleil, or what is this, Bozo?
A lot of famous actors went through this school.
Really?
Sacha Baron Cohen went through this school.
Oh.
Emma Stone, I think, went through this
So
school.
you're trying to be the next Sacha Baron Cohen.
I'm trying to be the next
Borak.
Cam Poter. I have to figure out how to say my name first, and then.
Yes. Yeah.
But this is the guy. This guy is an 80-something-year-old Frenchman who sits there with a drum and bangs it whenever you're not funny.
Oh,
this
boy.
is who I'm going to on a daily basis for the month of July.
Are you concerned?
I'm not so concerned, except my clown teacher this week did make an announcement at the end of class saying that he wishes me well on my journey and that whatever I experience, don't take it personally.
Don't take it personally.
And he was like, we had a great time playing with you. He's going to try to break you. Don't let him.
Oh, my God.
It felt like a soldier going off to war.
Yeah, and you're paying for this.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of money.
A lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort. Hopefully I become funnier as a result.
You're going to be the next Borak.
First of all, it's Borat.
You're going to be the next Borat.
Second of all, I'm not trying to do a Sacha Baron Cohen
What are you trying
situation.
to do? Like Charlie Chaplin?
I don't know.
Andy Kaufman? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to be the next Cam Poter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish you liked Bilbo Baggins.
Irreplicable.
You mean like you're a unique individual.
That's right.
Which I really appreciate.
Thank you, Mom. Anyway, that being the case, it's important to announce to our sneaky freaks that we will be going on hiatus.
Yes, we will. A much needed one. We haven't gone on. I don't think we've ever gone on a hiatus, have we?
I think we went through a hiatus last time I was in clown school.
Which was how many years ago?
2017.
Yeah.
The hiatus might have, I think it was supposed to be like a couple months. I think it lasted about 2 weeks.
Well,
it was
hopefully,
a quick turnaround.
For those of you who are freaking out wherever you're driving your car going, oh no, they're going on hiatus. Never fear. We're going to figure out something to do. Maybe we'll do some live streaming or something funny.
I'm not committing to anything because who knows, I might be broken from the school. All of July and August, we are going to be off the air.
Off air.
You're going to have to get your
unplugged.
rocks off somewhere else. Maybe one of the other pleasure podcasts.
How about just go back and listen to the episodes that you missed? You didn't, for sure. I know we're over on 450 episodes.
I think we're actually on 500. This might be close to our 500th episode.
So I think that they'll have plenty of the back catalog to go through.
That's true.
Some of the years we interviewed a lot of comedians, those were hilariously funny years.
You love those comedians.
I am a big comedian whore.
You're a comedian whore.
I am.
Well, Mother, without further ado, I think we should jump into the question of the week.
Oh, yes. It's
the
a doozy.
The sneaky freak question of the week is, what is the shortest you've gone from meeting someone to having sex with them? What happened? So if you're just tuning in, the sneaky freak question of the week is a wild sex question to pique your curiosity that we will text you at 31. Oh, I'm sorry. You text us.
You will text us.
Then we will text you. So if you want to participate in this, just give us a text at 310-356-3920. All right. So this week, the sneaky freak question of the week is, what is the shortest you've gone from meeting someone to having sex with them? What happened?
I know you're going to try to throw this back on me.
Well, you should go for it, Mother.
Well, I was thinking about...
First of all, hold on. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. Just before we get into it, who do you think would have had the shortest time frame between going from meeting someone to having sex, me or you?
Me, of course.
You think you outdid me?
100%. Even we asked Joseph, our producer over here.
Joseph, who do you bet on? Wow,
KarenLee. He bets on KarenLee.
All right. Well, let's see, Mom. How fast were you?
Well, first of all, I was going to talk about the slowest.
Oh, okay. So don't answer the question.
Yeah, because the guy pursued me for like a full year to lose my virginity, and I succumbed finally after a year.
Okay.
But that was not the shortest, obviously.
What's the shortest, Mother?
I mean, there's been several. If we had a stopwatch, I mean, I
want the shortest time from meeting to fucking. What do you got?
I would say on a cruise ship, I thought we were going to go back to my room to have a kiss, and it turned into more than a kiss.
Turned into a full-blown fuck
I would say it was a couple hours.
Couple hours?
Yeah. What do you got?
1 hour.
1 hour?
1 hour.
No way.
I beat you.
How have I never heard of this? What decade was this?
This was in college. This was the ball breaker story.
Oh, wow.
This was the night it was a very drunk night for me. I saw a cute girl enter the party pretty late. Went up to her, tried to set her up with my friend. She said she was interested in me. Surprise, surprise.
I freaking love when that happens.
I was blown away. And then I literally said game changer to her.
I just wish that our listeners, our sneaky freaks, would be able to see you right now. You're like, pulled your hair out. It was sticking all over, sticking up.
Just remembering this was a wild experience.
She was on our show.
She was on the show. See,
that's what you guys can do.
She's very chill.
Right. She's chill. And she's also, wasn't she like a dominatrix?
No.
Oh, I got her confused with another person that was on our show.
Yeah.
Go back to year 1 or 2 when we interviewed a lot of Cam's old flings.
Yeah, the ball breaker episode.
The ball breaker episode. Go back.
So after that experience, I mean, that was a quick. I mean,
that was like 5 times in a night. You said
between the time that she said I'm interested in you to the time we went to my bedroom, it might have been even 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
It was
you little skank.
Done, and then.
It was not a quick down.
Then it was for several hours after that.
And you thought you broke your dick.
Slingshotting condoms, breaking chairs.
Why were you slingshotting condoms?
Yeah, I kept coming.
What was it, a geyser or something?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, in college, you're like, how old were you? Like 20?
22.
22?
Yep, 22.
So your hormones are like raging.
Raging. Ended up in the hospital a week later because of too much sex.
You guys have to go back. It was called the ball breaker.
Yeah.
And she was on the show, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She said she'd been waiting to get the call to be on the show.
Did she say that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that, but yeah, so I beat you.
You 100% beat me, unless I'm forgetting about something. I mean, I was thinking only penetration, not like just like making out or,
Yeah.
Going
making out very quick.
Oh, I could beat you on making out. I can be like, I was in Florida on a it wasn't spring break because I was already, I think, way older. And this guy was like he didn't even speak English. We were at a Spanish speaking disco kind of club. And this guy literally wanted me to go with him to like a back area of the disco where he could just stick it in me for a second.
Stick it in you for a second?
That's what he said.
He said just for a second?
Yeah. I, of course, told him to take a flying leap off the next plank.
A flying leap off the next plank?
Okay. I have to give the sneaky freaks right now some sort of like disclaimer that I am now on like double dose of my thyroid medicine. And
my fucking God.
I feel like I like snorted some coke.
Oh my God. You go from down in slow-mo
down to slow
complete fast hyper mode.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a roller coaster going on in my body.
And I've got Genmaicha going on over here, which is probably the equivalent effect as your T3 medication.
What do you got?
Genmaicha is like a toasted rice and green tea mix.
Why would you drink that?
It's fucking delicious.
Gen what?
Genmaicha.
Jesus. Some weird ass tea drink that you got?
That's right.
Where did you get this?
From my kitchen.
You brought I can't even pronounce it.
Yeah, they don't have Genmaicha here, surprisingly.
Why would you have that? Anyway.
Let's turn to the Sneaky Freaks. Find out if anyone could beat us at the shortest going from meeting someone to having sex with them, all right? Again, if you want to participate, we got a text line. It's 310-356-3920. I was thinking, by the way, that is going to be, over our hiatus, that is going to be the thing I miss the most. Not texting and communicating with our Sneaky Freaks on a weekly basis.
I'm going to miss you guys. Maybe we can still have a question of the week even if we don't.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Yeah, let's just do questions of the week with you guys.
Well, anyway, let's jump into the questions.
I would like to also say, if you guys have a question of the week that you want us to ask, this is the place to do it.
Yep. All right. So Ciara responded. The shortest she's gone from meeting someone to having sex with them was last Monday.
That is great. Great answer.
I had a date when I got back into town from a work trip. I asked her to meet me for dinner near the airport. Halfway between where we each lived, we had been texting and flirting for 2 weeks already, so we were well ready to take that further. I was personally ready to leave after being at the restaurant for 10 minutes, but I knew I needed food after traveling all day. So we split an appetizer, and after an hour, decided to invite her back to my place for the night. We stayed up for over 3 hours after getting to my house, and that wasn't talking. She slept over and then made the 2-hour journey back to her house the next day. Wowza. And yes, we're still talking, and we're both smitten.
Oh,
that sounds
but
promising.
Wait, hold on a second though.
Yeah,
there was some foreplay, mental, verbal foreplay ahead of time. So that doesn't, to me, that doesn't count, Ciara.
you don't think that counts
No.
between meeting? You could, because it's not like a true, complete stranger.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. But I want
It
to
is a wild
congratulate.
story.
I want to give props to Ciara because she organized a meetup after a work trip. That fucking day, she didn't even go home. She went from the airport to meet up on this date.
That's when you know you're really horny.
I fucking respect that, Ciara. I think I'm going to take up that cause. I'm about to go on a trip. Maybe come back.
All right,
go on a date.
can I give you some tips?
Mm-hmm.
Since I took honors French in high school,
What?
and then I married Argentinian, as you know, and got completely confused between French and Spanish.
Yeah.
But I do know something that you could say.
What's that?
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Do you want to sleep with me tonight?
No way. That's what it means?
You know the song Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Yeah, that's what it means.
Voulez-vous
Do you
coucher
want
avec moi
to go
ce soir?
to sleep with me tonight? You have to add the ce soir.
Ce soir.
That's tonight.
Look at you.
Just a little tip for my
It's
son.
not all close to Spanish, by the way. Voulez-vous? What the fuck is that?
Oh, okay. Do you want me to start?
What is it, voulez-vous?
Do you want? It's like, voulez-vous.
¿Quieres?
All right, so it's not quieres.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Trust me.
I'm not going to be able to speak a fucking word to
A lot of
anyone.
very similar.
Oh, that's a good thing to note. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Ce soir, ce soir.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. James says, on several occasions that come to mind, roughly around 2 hours, excluding swinging events and meetups. Adding and swinging would give me an unrealistic skew to the numbers.
True,
Thank you.
James.
James, thank you very much
Very
for this
specific
scientific.
there.
So he goes on to tell us about a couple of these times. First time was I met this girl and just started chatting for about an hour and parted ways. Well, the next day my buddy was all, what the hell did you say to her? Because she wants to fuck you.
Wow.
Nothing. We just talked about what it was like being kids, growing up, stuff like that. Well, we met up at a party the next week, and within half an hour, she was on top doing the cowgirl.
Half an hour.
It's a quick turnaround right there.
Quick turnaround. But again, like Ciara, there was some foreplay ahead of time.
Yep.
Moving on. Next person.
Nope. James gave us another experience.
Oh, okay.
Have had on 2 occasions girls approaching me when at a bar or club. One was getting back at her boyfriend by sleeping with me. So
I like the revenge.
I've been in that situation. I took a comedy class, and there was a smoke show of a girl in the class, and she wanted to fuck the teacher. I don't know if they were fucking or what the hell happened, but she wanted to get revenge on him. So we had a whole night out together that ended in horrible sex. There's something about this. She was like trying to take pictures with me the whole time, trying to like.
Oh, that you're being used.
I was being used.
I don't like.
But why
that.
was that guy feeling competition with me? He was the teacher of the class. Idiot. Anyway, that wasn't a great experience for neither James nor I to have revenge sex.
I got to say that my boyfriend never likes to have revenge sex.
Revenge sex kind of blows ass.
Yeah, it's like, I wonder, that should be a good sneaky freak question of the week.
If you had revenge sex.
Had revenge sex.
So James goes on to say, the other was on Halloween night at the bar. I dressed up and there's something sexy about Halloween. Let's just say that.
Well, not when I'm with you.
What?
Yeah, I always like to dress up as like a prostitute or some sort of a sexy pirate.
One time I suggested you go as Lucy.
Lucy from the Peanuts characters.
Yes.
That is the most unsexy, unfun.
That was your choice. Okay?
I don't think I went out.
I thought it would be fun. You could give out sex advice.
We
10-cent sex advice?
We gave out 10 cents, and that's another really good one. If you guys want to go find that one too, that's in our archives.
Lucy gave out 5-cent therapy advice. What was it?
We were giving out all kinds of therapy.
All right. Anyway, James goes on to say, I dressed up in an old tracksuit and hung a CD from a ribbon around my neck. It was a blank, so I used a Sharpie to write on one side silver medalist and the other side 1998 Olympics. This is a funny costume. It's quality. This dark fairy sees me taking a draw off my beer and comes over to fiddle with my silver medal. Bing, bang, boom. I was tasting her hoochie cookie and dipping my wick an hour later. Side note, her friend was getting it on with some random guy I didn't know just beside us at the time. Watching those tits bounce around was a nice addition to the evening as well. You know, I hear stories like this and I think, well, I would like to live that life.
No, you won't. You'll be thinking to yourself, I didn't ask her if she had an STD test. I didn't ask her if she's had any pregnancy scares. You always say that you love that shit, and meanwhile, you go through a whole survey. Survey says.
How do you know James didn't go through that?
You know he didn't. He just went right down to Bone Town.
Into tasting her hoochie cookie.
Tasting the hoochie coochie.
I'm curious to know how, maybe it might be the case that I am just too sheltered, too locked up, sheltered, safe around with my sexuality. I'm too nervous. I'm too.
Okay, but let's just say for the sake
the stats
argument,
are against me. Yeah.
First of all, you've gone to a lot more of these sex parties than I have.
Yeah, I'm not fucking at these sex parties.
I know, but let's just say for the sake of argument that you did that.
Yeah.
I do not do it when you're in France because I don't want to hear long distance, all the angst that you go through.
It is such torture afterwards.
And the French people are very snippy.
So they won't even tell me.
No, I'm saying afterwards, if you go to them, did you do this? They'll say au revoir.
Au revoir.
No more voulez-vous coucher avec moi for you.
Anyway, that sounds like a fun experience, James. I'm kind of envious.
You could do this, Cam. You can clown it up there.
Nick says, if we're talking about meeting in person, 2 minutes or so.
2 minutes?
Holy shit. Was a grinder hookup a few years back. Super hot college guy. Neither of us had much privacy at home, so we decided to meet at a local park and do it in the woods. Only took a few minutes after meeting in person for this action to start. Basically, as long as it took to get far enough into the woods. Holy shit.
Here's the deal. I think gay guys are much hornier than any other subspecies of man.
Well, I think guys in general tend to be
right. So if you
more prone to immediately getting it on with someone.
Right. So if you get two guys like that, there's no holding anything back.
Yeah, I mean that is a blanket statement, but given all the answers that we've read through today,
that one makes the most sense.
Seen,
yes.
that takes the cake. We'll see. We'll keep going.
Okay, keep going.
Nick, you might be the front runner.
Nick is definitely in the front runner with both of us with 2 in the 1 hours.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Eleanor.
We should have also asked, was it good or not?
Well, it sounds like a super hot college guy. It sounds
positive. And
positive.
what about the hoochie coochie one too?
That sounded very positive.
Okay.
But that seemed to take a little bit longer. That one was taking about an hour or so, he said. Yeah. Anyway, an hour later, he said, Eleanor said, I met my current boyfriend in a frat basement on the weekend of Halloween. I was dressed as a cockroach and he was David Bowie. I love that pairing. First of all, again, Halloween. Sexy night, I'm telling you.
You're right. You ruined Halloween for me, but you're right.
Next thing I wanted to point out is that she was dressed as a cockroach, which I would have found very funny. I would have immediately approached her.
But do you think that's sexy when you're so worried about bed bugs and everything?
It could have been a sexy cockroach.
A sexy cat. I never heard of that costume, but I think it is funny.
A sexy cockroach would be very funny. I would be turned.
And what did he dress up as?
David Bowie.
David Bowie is, he's got total flamboyant outfits.
Yeah.
I went to a David Bowie exhibit. It was fabulous.
Did you think he was sexy when he was popular?
David Bowie was very fluid, gender fluid, or, way before his time.
Not as much of a sex icon for you.
For me, he was no Mick Jagger.
Right. I started thinking the other day about how some of these rock stars.
He's no Roger Daltrey, who I kissed on the lips, as we know.
Oh, God. Here we go with the Roger Daltrey story. I was thinking about how Elvis was such a sex icon.
He's no Elvis.
Do you think the Beatles were a sex icon?
Yes.
People wanted to fuck the Beatles.
They were throwing. Oh, how about Tom Jones? People were taking the panties up, throwing to the stage.
That's a real sex icon. How about Michael Jackson?
No.
Not a sex icon.
And after I watched that Neverland, he's not even a artist I listen to anymore.
I started thinking he did seem to be trapped in like a child's world, you know?
He not trapped. He enjoyed that world.
Well,
Neverland.
Stunted in,
Well, he was forced into performing at age 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that kind of still. I've been studying his videos, by the way. I love the way he dances. It's unbelievable.
The moonwalk.
Phenomenal.
I mean, total talent on all aspects. But I'm telling you, after you go watch the documentary Neverland, it's horrifying.
All right, I'm not watching that. I still think it's very interesting to me that he's not viewed as like such a sex icon. I wonder if that's just for you or for everyone.
No, for everyone. He's not sexy at all.
But he was so talented.
That doesn't mean sexy.
I know, that's interesting. Now it doesn't always translate like that.
I mean, Shirley Temple was talented, and no one thinks of her as sexy.
I liked Shirley Temple.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I only know her as a little girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that are talented that are not sexy at all.
Yeah.
Now, Harry Styles.
For the record, I wasn't sexually turned on by Shirley Temple. Get off my back.
What about Harry Styles?
I bet a lot of girls want to fuck him.
What about the Biebs?
Well, again, a lot of. Can you think of
what
a
about
modern
John
day?
Mayer?
Probably a lot. Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of a modern day celebrity that people don't want to like. That is not a sex icon. It's an interesting question.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank in my thyroid pillitis here.
All right. Well,
don't ask me to come up with any names.
It's an interesting question.
Another
freaks.
If you
could think of a modern day celebrity that is not like a sex icon that everyone wants to fuck, but is somehow, you could. I bet you can find some like. No, I'm talking rock stars because of course you can find comedians that people don't want to fuck.
And actors you can find that you don't want to fuck.
I'm talking rock stars. We're talking rock stars, modern day rock star that people
like.
Don't
I would do Bono. I would do Chris Martin from Coldplay. Shall I continue?
No. All right.
Hey, you sneaky freaks out there. I was about to talk to you guys about the 25 ways to use lube, and I thought to myself, no matter what they say, the only lube you should be using is Uber Lube to save the day.
Uber Lube is our favorite lube. It's the go-to solution if you're looking to get a little wetter in the bedroom or in the bathtub or wherever the fuck you want to fuck.
It's for couples play, but it's also for masturbation. It's for oral, anal, vaginal penetration. It's for frizzies on your hair. It's for everything.
That's right. Uber Lube is our favorite lube because it's a luxurious, high-grade silicone lube made from clean, body-friendly ingredients. It's just silicone with a little vitamin E. You know what that vitamin E does?
Get you hard?
It gets you hard, and it gives you a nice velvety finish that actually moisturizes your skin.
Oh, I love that. There's no weird odors. There's no taste. There's no chocolate mint, sticky garbage that they put in their fillers. None of that stuff. It's all pure and clean. I love it.
Thousands of doctors recommend Uber Lube as their go-to solution for patients experiencing dryness because it is so body-friendly. And even if you're not experiencing dryness and you just want to add a little stimulation, this will give you the perfect layer to let your skin feel skin. If you want 10% off and free shipping, go to uberlube.com. Enter promo code SNEAKY, SNEAKY. You'll get 10% off and free shipping. That's Uberlube, UBERLUBE.com. Enter code SNEAKY.
And tell them Mom sent you.
Sneaky freaks, we are delighted to share with you a new sponsor called the O-Throw.
O-Throw is perfect for when you want to get down and dirty and you don't want your sheets to get down and dirty with you.
That's right. If you have had sex before and you had a good time and you jizz all over the place and squirt all over the place, you usually have to sleep in it afterwards.
Do you know what I call that? FDC, fucking dried cum.
Worst thing to wake up to.
But now we have the solution.
The O-Throw. It's a blanket that you put on your bed, you fuck on it, and you put it in the wash immediately after. You sleep in those clean, crisp sheets. Plus, the O-Throw is very soft. I have it right here with me.
I see that you do.
It's a supremely plush, waterproof throw. It uses a special moisture-free inner layer to prevent any fluids from soaking through into your sheets.
This is the perfect gift for any bachelor or bachelorette parties.
It's especially good for squirters or anyone who just likes to be dry when they go to sleep.
But it's super soft and comfortable. I got to tell you, I've felt that. It's gorgeous.
Right now, you can get 10% off of pre-orders when you go to othrow.com. That's othrow.com. Again, go to othrow.com. Just enter your email address. You will get 10% off when these are available, which will be very soon. It comes in a sexy black color, so it will add to your aesthetic in the bedroom.
I love it. It's part of my mood setup.
Just go to othrow.com, enter your email address. You'll get 10% off of pre-orders. Joe says, I usually don't do it before the third date. But my current GF, it was a couple of hours. It was our first date, and she'd just gotten divorced from her husband of 30 years a few months before and really needed the validation. She accidentally said she loved me during sex, and we both laughed about it. Now we've been together almost 2 years, and she's moving in this weekend.
Oh, who is this?
Congrats to Joe.
Joe. Mazel tov, Joe.
It's amazing that sometimes you just feel that energy immediately, and you're down.
Well, you know what? My boyfriend, when he was bartending, said there will be a lot of women that would come in that are just getting like their divorce papers signed.
Mm-hmm.
They are looking to get laid.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you need to do. You need to go to a bar.
Find a divorcee bar.
A divorcee bar where people that just get divorced go, and they are willing and able to have sex with anyone.
Yeah. It doesn't sound so appealing to me, but
Why?
I don't know.
It does not sound
the
so.
way that she really needed the validation. That's such a turnoff to me. If I feel that the girl really needs the validation.
If you're going through a divorce,
yeah,
you imagine how many years you've had really shitty sex before.
That's true.
It's not gonna be great sex and then you get divorced the next day. It's usually shitty sex. So you want to feel sexy and alive again. So then you go and you start.
And that's a different framing. I would get turned on by that. I think.
Yeah.
But if I've been with people where I could feel that they're just looking for my praise or validation or something like that.
That's
and
needy. Nobody likes
the
that.
The lack of confidence is not attractive.
What is the most attractive quality of anybody?
I know. That's why I bring it up, Mother.
Confidence.
I know.
I have confidence in sunshine.
At this point, I swear to God, I think I can do this podcast alone, and I can fill in all of the same songs and shit that come out of your mouth.
Do you even know what musical that was from?
No. The Life and Times of KarenLee Poter.
No, I think it's called. It's either My Fair Lady or like Julie Andrews, one of her musicals. I don't know.
My sister would know this in a heartbeat.
I would like to say I went to see Little Mermaid with your sister
what did you think?
And a friend. I was a basket case. I was bawling. But the reason I bring this up is because at the end, the credits come up. Yeah, guess who's one of the producers?
Who's that?
Lin-Manuel.
Why do you bring that up?
I almost died.
Why do you bring that up?
I saw it at the beginning. I'm like, oh no. And then Javier Bardem, who people say you look like too, plays the father, the seahorse.
You're trying to antagonize me right now?
A little bit.
A little bit. It's a lot of bit.
A little bit. I'm trying to antagonize you.
You're definitely trying to antagonize me.
Okay.
We all know I have a little animosity towards Lin-Manuel.
And why don't you explain to our new sneaky freaks what that animosity stems from?
He is praised as such a fucking god in this musical theater world, and then he goes and he gets the part of Dick Van Dyke in the Return in Mary Poppins Returns.
I will give you credit that he wasn't the best.
He wasn't the best. He butchered the whole fucking part. It was awful.
And Dick Van Dyke was in that movie. He could have played.
He really should have played himself.
At that point, he was 94. He's got to be 98 right now.
He would have been better than Lin-Manuel at any age of Lin-Manuel. You know, someday I'm going to meet Lin-Manuel.
One day, Lin-Manuel might come to you and say, "I've got a part for you. I need a clown and someone who's been trained in French."
Oh my God. Tom says, the elder statesman weighs in here.
Elder statesman Tom is pushing 71.
If you had to make a guess, how quickly from meeting to fucking for Tom?
So Tom, what he does, he swings on a tree like Tarzan.
He likes to fuck outside in nature.
Right. So I'm thinking that he meets a girl, takes her on a little swing, and then...
How long to get to the swing, though?
Maybe 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
I could see him going right down into it in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
What
I
do
could
you
see
got
him
there?
locking eyes with a woman from across the bar. I see like a saloon action.
A saloon?
Yeah, and he's holding like a pistol or something.
Gunsmoke or something?
What is that called when you twirl the pistol? Puts it in his
twirl the
pocket,
pistol.
goes over there. Can I get this pretty lady a drink? Then they go in the back and they bone.
I say it's completely, he's in nature. He's running through the forest. He sees a woman. He grabs onto a branch. He swings across like a moat.
A moat?
Or some sort of river.
Yeah.
They land on a beautiful like layer of seagrass.
Yeah, that's nice.
Seagrass?
Seagrass.
I'm still in the Little
The
Mermaid.
moss.
Moss. He
Yeah.
lands on some bed of moss.
Maybe under a waterfall or some shit.
Yeah, and he has sex within 10 minutes. So go on.
Yeah. And of course, it lasts the whole next day.
Oh, he's
They're fucking the whole night.
he's fucking more than you.
Yeah. All right. So Tom says, the drum roll, please. Under 3 hours.
Oh, well, we beat him
That is surprising.
under 3 hours. It took him 3 hours.
Still pretty fast. He says, party at my house, and she came with some late arriving guests. I asked if she wanted to stay, and she said yes. As soon as the last people left, we were pulling clothes off and making out on the sofa. So he was getting cock blocked by the other people. You know
Yeah.
it could have happened much faster.
if he was alone with this woman,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He goes on to say, I remember her saying over scrambled eggs that I was the first to go down on her after just meeting. A single mom. For the next couple months, we'd get together about once a week after the kid went to bed. Wow. Tom.
He did not disappoint.
He did not disappoint. It makes a lot of sense, first of all, that...
What did I say?
Yeah, the single mom.
The single mom.
Maybe she went through a divorce.
Single mom. Yep.
She wants to get
She's
it done.
looking for someone to just munch away.
And then munch.
To scrambled eggs and pussy.
She and the first to go down on her after just meeting. Now, that's an interesting little claim to fame.
Well, first of all, I have a friend. She's no longer with us, but she went out with this guy.
Am I currently wearing her bracelets right now?
Yes.
Oh
She
God.
made those bracelets for me. Anyway, she went out with this guy. She was single, and he was going through a divorce. He's been through a divorce, and he said he hadn't had sex with anybody in like 12 years, so he didn't feel the need to use a condom.
Oy.
Guess what happened?
What?
He has an outbreak of herpes right after being with her.
No. What happened?
She was livid. She was like,
But he told her that?
yeah,
And then did she get it or no?
I don't think she got it.
Wow. Lucky her.
Right. But she had to wait 6 months to wait for all the testing to go through and everything.
Yeah, but truthfully though, even if you wear a condom,
Right, that's true.
you can still transmit
Yeah.
herpes. However, it is less so.
Thank you, Mr. Expert.
Can I ask you something?
What?
Why is there something on your watch? There's some text on your watch right now.
Oh, I don't know. It says Apple ID verification. And it irritates me.
Your tech.
It's not a text.
Your tech is always fucked up.
Why is that?
I don't know.
My tech, I always have text
Your
issues.
Mercury in retrograde is always.
I'm always in retrograde. I'm always going in retrograde. None of my things work. The other day I deleted my entire email, over 2,000 emails.
No.
Because an error message kept popping up.
Jesus. Lisa says, we were both in town in Denver for different work obligations. I met him after he saw me dancing on the bar at Coyote Ugly. We hung out and had some drinks. He walked me back to my hotel and I invited him in to fuck. My one and only one night, but not really because we actually became good friends over the phone for years. That's nice.
It's a good story.
I'm wondering if I should go to that bar Coyote Ugly this upcoming weekend.
Oh, yeah, you should definitely go there.
Try to relive the experience, that Lisa experience.
Yeah, Lisa always has some fun experiences.
But I think it's a little easier usually for a girl to walk into a bar, a woman to walk into a bar and say like, oh, I'm going to fuck tonight or something, as opposed to a guy who's just going, I go to bars all the time trying to have sex and it does not happen.
You do?
Well, most times I'm in a bar, I'd like to be having sex.
So you're out there on the prowl at all times.
Yeah, I was at a bar this weekend. I saw a cute girl. Too scared.
Too scared of what? What's the worst that can happen?
I think it was the context too. I was with a bachelor party, so everyone's eyes were on me a little bit.
They're all watching you.
Yeah, I don't need onlookers.
One of the people was your brother. You would have been clapping.
He offered a wingman for me.
And he'd be a good one at that.
Yeah, he would be good. No, but I just couldn't get myself to do it. I was too tired and stressed out by it.
All right, we're going to get to that in a minute. Let's do one more.
All right.
I definitely want to come back to that.
Okay. How about Aaron? Aaron says, a few hours. I went on a date at the girl's house at around 1400. What's with the army time?
Army time.
2 p.m. First date ended up to where I stayed the night, had sex 3 times, and left around 12 the next day. I think we were together 21 hours total. We're now boyfriend and girlfriend. That doesn't include when I slept with men trying to find myself, in that case, a few minutes.
Oh,
yep.
Men trying to find yourself.
Yes. Yeah, I love this, that the quick coming together leads to a relationship sometimes.
Several. It seems like over the years we've heard a lot of stories like that.
I love that. That's great. So I want to thank everyone for your wonderful answers. We love hearing from you. If you'd like to participate in this text line, give us a text at 310-356-3920. Thank you, you sneaky motherfucking freaks. You guys know I'm not the hugest fan of porn. What I much prefer are cam websites because it actually makes you feel like you're interacting with a human being in real time. And that is why we are proud to say we are sponsored by jerkmate.com. It's the online spot to get rid of your sexual boredom.
It's the #1 premium cam community, is the best place to explore your fantasies live with a masturbation partner from home.
That's right. All you got to do is fire up jerkmate.com. You'll be able to connect with someone pretty instantly, and you can jerk off together. It's a very fun, interactive, playful way to converse with real models and discover new things about your own pleasure. Jerkmate.com has thousands of models worldwide, live 24/7. No matter what you're into, you can choose from hundreds of categories and tags to find your next playmate.
Plus, you can take your fantasies one step further with premium features like private chats, spinning the wheel, choosing actions from the gold menus, and attending gold shows.
Yeah, those are like private shows that you can peep in on. It's a sexy little thing. Way more fun than just regular porn, in my humble opinion. If you're ready to experience a new kind of grown-up fun in the most welcoming cam community, go to jerkmate.com, sign up for free using promo code SEXTALK10, and get 10 free gold for your first naughty adventures on Jerkmate. You must be 18 and over to join. Again, that's Jerkmate, JERKMATE.com. Use promo code SEXTALK10 and you'll get 10 free gold. Enjoy. Sneaky freaks, are you prioritizing your pleasure? Are you taking time to rub one out once in a while? If not, we have the solution for you. It's called Dipsea.
Dipsea is an app full of hundreds of short, sexy audio stories designed by women for women.
I will say, if you have never experienced audio erotica, you are missing out. It is one of the best ways to jump into a sexy scenario that you can create with your own imagination. Dipsea will bring scenarios to life with immersive soundscapes and realistic characters. For example, this is a clip from one called Electricity. This is how they tagged it. Her and him at night school, a teacher involving vampires, fantasy, a British accent, off limits, sensual, and spontaneous. I'm already turned on. You want to hear this?
Yes, I do.
I leaned further into him. I traced his jaw, feeling the stubble under my fingertips. Then I moved my hand onto his arm and brought his palm against my bare leg. My skirt was riding up.
See, this is the picture is painted. I'm already turned on. Let Dipsea be your go-to place to spice up your me time, whether that's alone or with a partner. It's a great way to get in the mood. And for listeners of the show, Dipsea is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/mom. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to dipseastories.com/mom, M-O-M. dipseastories.com/mom. Get your freak on. So, Mother, what's going on in your life?
so speaking of quick trying to pick up people, I was approached at a party this weekend.
No way.
Yeah, my building had a party on a rooftop.
Oh, casual. Okay.
Casual. And I mean, the day before, 2 days before, I was walking by the hot tub and this guy was like, come on in the hot tub. I'm like, no, my bathing suit's going to turn colors.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of chemicals in the water. So I didn't go.
Okay.
Same dude. I see him at this party that we're having on a rooftop. Has the same name as your brother.
Okay.
And he comes up, starts chatting. And my friend who I was with said, this guy has a baby mama.
Uh-huh.
And she's 4 months pregnant.
Oh, damn.
And he is flirting away.
Oh, damn.
Trying to get me to do something. I don't even know what, because I wasn't giving him the time of day. But
You weren't into it.
no, I'm not into being picked up by someone that's your brot's namesake and age and has a baby.
Age?
And
He's in his 20s?
I don't know. Could be 30s, but it had apparently had a bun in the oven with somebody 4 months cooking.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that guy.
That's not happening. So that was one.
That's a lot. That's exciting.
That was totally
So
exciting.
that guy lives in your building?
Uh-huh.
Is that going to be awkward every time you see him?
No.
Interesting.
I didn't
Okay.
pay attention to his advances.
You have suitors calling.
And then the other thing I was going to say,
Yeah.
which is going to go along with mom's news, that somehow or another, I am now like this local celebrity because I am, what's the word? Oh, coming off of the T3 right now.
It's a quick up and down.
It's a quick up and down. The boobs, no bra.
The boobs, no bra?
Yeah.
You became a celebrity because of that?
Yes. You should know because apparently you get updates every time I'm in the news and in the sun.
But why did you become a local celebrity?
A celebrity. Put it this
Not
way.
an international celebrity.
International celebrity because I'm fearless in how I put out these videos about not wearing a bra.
Yeah.
My friend sent me a thing that said, it was a beach bag. It said, bras are a social construct. And I believe it.
That's very nice of her.
Would you think guys, if they had boobs hanging out, would want to be wearing bras?
I
Do you
don't
know how
know.
constrained you'd feel? You would be out of your mind uncomfortable.
But I don't understand. Guys tend not to like when women wear bras anyway.
I know.
So they don't want them to wear bras. The women don't want to be wearing bras. So why is anyone wearing bras?
I think because we have been accustomed to not showing nipples, first of all.
Okay.
And secondly, of trying to keep them lifted higher so they wouldn't stretch out. I don't know. I'm trying to guess so they don't look like a National Geographic special.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've decided to go as many days possible without wearing a bra. And apparently the international news has picked up on it.
Yes.
And yeah.
Have you felt that your breasts are starting to sag more and more because you're going braless more and more?
I have not noticed that.
Wow.
But the TikTokers are noticing these. So I'm upstairs with my boyfriend and I'm like, can you take a quick little video of me? Because I like to keep my TikTok audience entertained.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing a shirt without a bra. And I just did a little shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, this is going viral. This is going viral. I'm telling you, in 2 days, 7,000 views.
He called it. 7,000, not so much though.
Well,
it's viral?
It went viral and I got the news. Are you ready for the news?
Oh, we're going right to mom's news.
Well, kind of.
All right, let's do it. Mom's news.
Mom's news.
Mom's news. Mom's news is the segment of the show where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info.
I just thought I'd share a part of the article that you actually sent me because for some reason you get alerts every time I'm in the news.
I know. I'm usually around like midnight, so I'm going to bed and I'm getting alerts that my mother has been written up in the Sun or some other amazing publication
Yeah.
that somehow suggested you're influencing people to wear bras less.
Yeah. So it says KarenLee Poter has more than 90,000 followers on her TikTok. I'm more than 90, I think. And hosts her own comedy podcast, Sex Talk with My Mom.
Shout out to Sex Talk with My Mom.
Her content is centered around comedy and body positivity as she isn't afraid to bear it all when she wants to. In a recent video, she pointed out a sign that read, bras are a social construct and nodded along, showing that she agreed with the message. And in the background, the song Free at Last by Tonio Armani could be heard. So I just thought that'd be interesting for our listeners to hear about my little sneaky freaks.
First of all, You have shared. This is no longer news.
This has
been
new.
going on for months.
This is the latest and the greatest article.
What? How did this segment become just you talking about the different publications that you've been written up as a tit swinging cougar?
It was either talking about that or talking about 25 ways you can use the lube.
Oh my God!
And then I thought to myself,
it's boring.
That sounds boring. They'd much rather hear about my tits flying all over the place.
Well, thank you for that mom's news.
Mom's news.
Mom's news.
Are we ready for that other fun segment of our show called Hit On or Shit On?
How did you skip over my whole life update?
Oh, shit, I did. Oh, are we ready for that exciting part of the show?
You don't give a shit about what's going on in my life.
I do, because apparently you're just like the world traveler these days. Little Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins. I've been going to a lot of bachelor parties. You know what's interesting? Bachelor parties, you're not going to please all the people all the time. You know, there's inevitably at every bachelor party, there are going to be moments where you're like, this is not my cup of tea.
Well, I know, like, your sister went away to, like, an Airbnb in Scottsdale, and the girls played games, and they ate really good food, and they went out to dinner, and they got drunk.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
Not exactly.
Were there strippers?
No strippers. I'm referring to the second bachelor party I went to, which was, both bachelor parties are very fun. The second one I went to was for let's just say a movie buff.
The Bachelor was a movie buff?
Everyone involved was a movie buff, except me that doesn't even own a fucking TV.
How do you not own a TV? Who doesn't watch TV?
I don't remember the last time I watched a movie or a TV show. I'm definitely not within the last 6 months.
I know, because I said, why can't we watch the last Succession? And you're like, well, because I haven't watched one episode yet. Like you're going to ever watch it.
I watched the first season of Succession.
They're on their last season, the season series finale.
Season 3?
No, season 5, and it's done.
Season 5? I got to catch up with four more seasons?
It could be 4, but whatever it is, it's done.
Well, I don't want to fucking watch it. I did that with fucking Game of Thrones. I didn't watch any of the seasons until the last season, and then watched the whole thing with you, and I didn't understand a word that was going on. Anyway, I loved this bachelor party. We had a fun time filming a sketch. It was right up my alley.
Wait, you said to me there were some highs and there's some lows.
There were some highs and lows. So the sketch was a high. Going to a barcade and playing a bunch of games was a high.
And you said you sang karaoke.
Singing karaoke was a super high. There was a dip in the day for me. Not for everyone, but for me. And that was when they rented out a movie theater and decided to play horror movies, bad horror movies for 5.5 hours.
Now, sneaky freaks, if you've been listening to anything in almost 8 years, you know that Cam has a phobia about horror movies.
I can't do horror movies. Even bad horror movies scare the fuck out of me.
I think it was when you were 5 years old and your grandparents took you to see the Ring of Fire at the museum, and you got so scared you ran out of it wasn't even a horror movie.
I'm easily overstimulated. Okay.
So of all things,
being in a 13-seat theater,
yes,
for 5.5 hours.
First of all, I can't think of any movie I'd want to watch or any TV that for 5.5 hours straight.
Well, it was a compilation of many bad movies. Yeah.
Why would someone make a compilation?
Edited it all together, and it looked beautiful, and it was very well done.
But they were bad horror movies.
Honestly, it felt like I was in a torture chamber because I get so nervous. I couldn't even look. I could barely. I just was on Hinge the whole time, just hinging.
You were hinging
the whole fucking time.
So maybe you don't know. Maybe because you're hinging, you don't realize how great these shows were.
I heard everything. I saw a lot of it.
For how many hours?
There was one movie that we started watching maybe for 45 minutes, and I'm like, oh my God, this is getting scarier and scarier and more fucked up. And I look it up. It's written by Stephen King. What? Stephen King?
Stephen King read all horror movies.
I know. I did not want to watch that, a Stephen King movie.
You're scared to even read the books.
So anyway, it was a great bachelor party. That part freaked me the fuck out.
5.5 hours of terror.
But then I did.
Your brother did say something funny.
Which was what?
He was enjoying it because he was A, drinking, and B, watching you freak the fuck out. Any little brother.
I had my hat over my eyes.
You had your hat over your eyes. Did you have earplugs in?
No, I wish I had earplugs in though, because they were scary sounds even.
How does this happen to you? You go to Argentina, you go to what was it, a play or something, and it turned out it's a horror play?
Yeah, in Colombia I went on a date and it turned out to be a horror show.
A
theater.
horror show,
Yeah.
and you had to walk out immediately.
Yeah, it did.
I don't understand it. You were always around.
People like horror. I don't. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
But I'm a team player and I stuck through it.
I got to give you credit for that.
Yeah.
I probably would have left and come back like 4 hours later.
Thank you. Yeah. I did leave at a certain point and
You
then
walked
came
out?
back. Yeah. I told my brother I was going to the bathroom for a while.
I did that at a Grateful Dead concert. It was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I walked out, walked back in. They're still playing the same song 45 minutes later.
Sometimes you're not going to win them all. But I'm pretty good when it comes to weddings in being part of the weddings.
You're always going to weddings. Every weekend you've got another wedding. You're going to a wedding this weekend.
I was asked by a friend to be part of his wedding, and this was a first for me.
What?
He asked me. I've been part of weddings before, but this was the first.
What let's tell the sneaky freaks how many different things you've done at weddings.
I've been the best man a couple times.
I know you were an MC at
I
one
was
of
the
them.
MC a couple times.
A couple times.
Yep. I was an officiant, going to be 2 times now in a couple weeks.
Were you ever a groomsman?
I was groomsman a couple times. This time, he asked me to be a part of the wedding as an honorary groomsman, but he really wants me to just be the flower man. You've heard
What?
of flower girls? You now get a flower man.
You're going to be a flower man.
Yes.
Handing out little rose petals?
Rose petals, flowers of all varieties, and alcohol before the ceremony begins.
Why?
I don't know.
Why does everything turn into a clown show?
I
for you?
honestly don't know. This is not even a clown wedding. That would make sense if it was a friend who does clowning. This is not. It's just a guy and he's like, oh, this would be fun. Let's
See,
make
I
Cam do
remember
this.
at my wedding, I was irritated because the ring bearer was like 2 years old and started screaming.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
maybe this is a way to not
I
have...
was the ring bearer another time.
Yeah, you were a ring bearer at my sister's first wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But so maybe this is a way to get... Maybe he didn't want to ask like a real little kid to be this ring bearer, so that's why he thought, I'll
good
ask
move.
Cam to be the flower boy.
I was thrilled when he asked me this. I think it's a great honor.
You're so excited about this?
Probably my favorite part of being I've been asked to do.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Those are the 2 updates that I'll share for now. And if we have more, I'll weigh in more, but I don't think we do. Instead, I would like us to move on to Hit On or Shit On. Hit On or Shit On is the segment of the show where we go through your comments and determine if they are a hit on or a shit on. So, Mother, what do we got?
This was very fun. One of my friends is a stand-up comic. She's been on our show, Monique Marvez. She's phenomenal. She's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Took a picture with her at one of her shows and said how talented she was. And this one guy named Lord Maharaja said, she's a riot. And then Monique said, thank you. I think Karen is too. And you know what he said?
Mm-hmm.
She's a whole revolution.
Well, you both are getting some love over here.
I can't think of a more compliment than she's a whole revolution.
Yeah.
That's way better than being funny.
You're a revolution.
I'm a revolution.
You're a movement, Mother.
I'm a movement, a bowel movement.
You're a big bowel movement.
I was so excited to hear that.
That's
so I
very
guess that's a
sweet.
shit. No, that's a hit on.
That's a hit on.
That's a hit on.
Yeah.
Assuming revolution is some good thing.
Yep.
And then I referred to before, I was cleaning out my hard drive of all these emails.
Oh God, I'm scared to see what you came up with.
And I came up with some doozies.
Oh Jesus.
I'm just going to go whipping through them.
Whip it.
All right. So I don't know if these are hit-ons or shit-ons, but here we go. Forward, your big fan on the planet. This guy named Babu says, it's for share my views on Insta story love. I like you so much, baby.
Hit on.
Hit on. Dear Miss Karen, what website do you recommend for the possibility of meeting someone possibly interested in my age area? I'm 75 and in good shape.
That's more of a question, not even a hit on or shit on.
It goes on.
Okay.
For my age, high energy, high IQ, and interested in long-term intellectual conversations, plus classical music and art, and possibly AI.
I'm interested in that as well.
Long-term, intimate, committed relationship. Your ideas and time in responding are deeply appreciated. and respected. Thank you for the kindness of your response.
Do you think that he's going to find a 75-year-old woman interested in AI?
He never said he wanted a 75-year-old.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You think he's going to find a 40-year-old woman interested in AI?
Possibly. You never know. So are you going to find someone interested in Bilbo Baggins?
They don't need to be interested in Bilbo, but probably.
Pablo says, hi, I want advice on girls.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Mom, are these just questions that you've collected, or these are hit-ons or shit-ons?
These are hit-ons or shit-ons. Here's one from...
Because so far you've just offered 2 questions.
Blair says, you need an OnlyFans. There's not too many hot cougars out there.
Okay, that's a hit-on with some business advice for you.
Business advice.
That's nice.
Then we got... I've been curious for a couple days and I really want to experience something new. How do I find a MILF or know if they are looking for something? I've been a bit curious.
Okay, another question. Not a hit on nor a shit on.
This one says, love your video. I'm 61. Thanks for the giggle.
Okay, hit on. Last one?
Last one. No, there's a lot more.
Okay, well,
hello,
this is the
my
last
name
one.
is Chris Chisholm Martins. Please, I'm single and searching for sugar mommy that I will love and cherish with all my heart. I love you.
Maybe that's a hit on for you.
We have one left.
No, stop.
The only time I have realized I have secretly fallen in love for you is when everything around me reminds me of you in the smallest things, in the most unexpected moments, and I cannot tell you a single thing about it.
It's a hit on. All right.
And the rest are
Mom,
rest are coming from all different countries.
Mom, please stop.
we're talking.
Mom.
All right. I'm not going to tell you anymore.
Put the phone down.
There is one person who wants to come on our show asking if...
Mom?
I was wondering if you were possibly interested in having someone on with a micro penis to talk about and share some stories. I think I'd be interesting for you and the viewers. Okay? Is that a hit on or what?
Again, it's a question. Put the phone down.
All right, the phone is down.
Thank you for that hit on or shit on segment.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to put the rest of these on Patreon.
You are?
Yes.
All right.
And I'm going to, cross out the names so people, aren't going to be upset with me for publicizing, even though they're all in public areas. Anyway, yes, if you want to join us on Patreon, you'll see more of these lovely hit on or shit ons from different people from around the world, by the way. We're talking Istanbul, we're talking Africa, we're talking everything.
Patreon.com/sex talk with my mom. With that, I'd like to segue into the best segment of the show.
Which is why you wanted to be done with the last segment.
That's right. When you know you have a gem coming, you don't want to fucking waste your time on the little pebbles leading up to it.
Oh, here it is. Let me take a guess.
Dear friends, this is the segment of the show that makes you want to go from meeting someone to the bedroom in an instant.
This is the one that you want to let your boobs fly with the wind.
It's Cam's Uppers.
Cam's Uppers is the place to be. Fun living is the life for me.
It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where I share something near and dear to my heart, something that my mother typically finds
clown-like,
or
funny,
or
boring.
It's Cam's Uppers. This week, it was last night. I was reading my book, The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle.
The what?
The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle by Murakami.
What?
And
who and why would you read that book?
I like this book. It's a very trippy, weird book.
This is why you don't watch TV or watch movies. You're reading weird books.
That's right. Weird books.
Where'd you find this weird book?
I don't know. It's a classic literature piece. I don't know. Anyway, he writes about a story. The main character tells a story, and the story is of Shitty Island.
What?
He tells the story of Shitty Islands, and I thought it would be appropriate to share this with you today.
What is it? My island full of shit?
Again, jumping to the punchline.
Really?
Shitty Island. Somewhere far, far away, there's a shitty island. An island without a name. An island not worth giving a name. A shitty island with a shitty shape. On this shitty island grow palm trees that also have shitty shapes. And the palm trees produce coconuts that give off a shitty smell. Shitty monkeys live in the trees, and they love to eat these shitty-smelling coconuts, after which they shit the world's foulest shit. The shit falls on the ground and builds up shitty mounds, making the shitty palm trees that grown on them even shittier.
Wait, can I interrupt and ask a question?
It's an endless cycle.
Can I ask a question?
Why did you have to interrupt me in the critical moment in that story?
Because is this the kind of coffee beans that come out of the monkeys that shit out, and they're $25 like a pound of coffee beans?
Joseph, do you want to be the new host of Sex Talk with My Mom?
You want to hear about the shitty island that the monkeys shit out coffee beans?
The reason I wanted to share this story is because...
Read the last line again.
Oh, yeah, you want to hear the last line, right?
I interrupted. I apologize.
The shit falls on the ground and builds up shitty mounds, making the shitty palm trees that have grown on them even shittier. It's an endless cycle.
Of shit?
Yeah. And I've thought a lot about this, actually. The reason
where in the book was this chapter?
He is yelling at someone that he's in a fight with. And he basically tells him he's a piece of shit. Huh?
Is this a fiction novel? Is this a clown type book?
It's kind of like if Salvador Dali wrote a novel, this would it feel like. It's very trippy.
Salvador Dali, the artist?
Yeah.
You used to have
like
a poster?
Surrealist, huh?
I think you had a poster in your room of Salvador Dali.
Anyway, I wanted to share this because he talks about basically it's this endless cycle of when you keep focusing on the shit and producing shit in your life, it will just continue in this cycle, right? And I was thinking about this a lot when I was struggling through the 5.5 hour horror movie session. I was so tempted to call you or call someone to vent because I couldn't handle it.
I would have loved you to call me and vent.
But I knew that if I were to do that, it would have just compounded the shittiness that I was experiencing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it would have been, I think by complaining about something without doing anything about it, ends up propagating it and perpetuating it.
Right.
And I don't want to live on a shitty island. And I thought this was such a hilarious and beautiful way of describing that type of cycle.
It is, but I think it would have been even better if they took that shit and they made it into that coffee.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Anyway, coffee, you know that coffee beans?
I know exactly what you're fucking talking about. All right, that's Cam's Uppers. Cam's Uppers is the place to be. We had one listener text I wanted to share before we, bow out for the day. This is from Senpai in the Sheets.
What?
Senpai.
In the Sheets?
Yeah, that's her name. Or their name. They go, you inspired me to take my mom to a toy store, and we had the best time picking out some new items.
I love it.
It opened up a fun topic for our girl time. Thanks a bunch for making it not so weird a topic to talk about with your mom. I played her at one of your podcasts on the way home, and she's a fan now, too.
Wow.
Thank you very much, Senpai. You made our days with that text.
I love that. This is what keeps me going.
This
not the questions about where can I meet sugar mommy.
Yeah. Well,
is there a sugar mommy store somewhere out there that people can go to meet people?
No, maybe you can create one. You'll be the owner of this Sugar Mama store.
Wait, okay. So this girl took her mother to a toy shop.
Yes.
And opened up a whole line of communication.
I love it. Phenomenal.
I think that your sister would be embarrassed if I took her to a toy shop.
You think I'd enjoy going to a toy shop with you?
You probably have more toys in your apartment than there is in any shop.
That's very true.
I was going through like our toy bin.
Yeah.
I was finding stuff from years ago.
Yeah. We got some relics in there.
We got relics. We should have some contest with the fans.
Well, we've reached the end of our show, Mother.
Yes, we have.
So I want to thank all of our sneaky freaks for participating in this conversation, supporting us by listening and sharing this with a friend. It really helps us out. And if you haven't yet, please give us a rating and review wherever you've listened to this. Especially Spotify.
And once we're on hiatus, don't forget about us. Keep checking in. We'll be putting stuff up on the social media channels and maybe doing some live streams.
The hiatus doesn't begin for another few weeks. It starts in July. So
we're just getting you ready to wean you off the nipple for a minute.
Wean off the nip, that freewheeling nip.
Because Cam's going to be pumping while he's gone.
I want to thank our Patreon members, our Sneaky Freak Patreon members, for keeping our lights on. We really appreciate all of your support.
And attending all our Sneaky Freak parties.
That's right. We love you guys. With that.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the boobies flying recklessly.
Boobies flying recklessly.
It works.
It does. Trees and boobies flying recklessly works.
It does.
All right. We love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
You were listening to a Pleasure Podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.